Hello, community. Thank you so much, Karen, for getting us all set up and ready to practice and starting the recording. Yes, we are doing this. I was just saying, Karen, we just hold this all in community. If one of us forgets something, we know that someone's going to remember. I was just looking for that last track. It's just like this beautiful track I've listened to so many times, but I think of it just as this the Vivaldi Sacred Music Volume 6, Track 8. I wish I had a better name for it, but I know it's a Vita Sphere and it's a fugue, and it's just one of the most beautiful things, and it's really where my vibration is today. I'm just sitting with a lot of grief and some hard news, and that was just wanting to give, it always helps me to listen to music that expresses that. Helps me with having the feelings. So yeah, my name's Rene Rivera. I use he, him pronouns. I am on unceded Ohlone land in Oakland, California. I think I've been in this medicine Buddha practice with all of you and Lama Rod almost from the beginning. And I felt called to come in this week just because I've been spending some time in long retreat and doing a lot of medicine Buddha practice. I was recently on a 3-month self-retreat in South Africa at a really amazing small retreat center there called Dharmagiri, if folks are familiar at all with Tanisar and Kidasaro, or teachers who weave together Vipassana and or Theravada and Mahayana practice and a lot of Kuan Yin devotion. They started this retreat center back around 2000. They're not there anymore. It's now being led by South Africans of color, just an amazing place. So I was there for 3 months, sitting with this mountain, Mboleni Mountain in the Drakensberg Mountains. And I did medicine Buddha practice every day. Yeah, I see the question about when did this start with Lama Rod? Karen, do you remember? I know it was the very beginning of the pandemic.
Yes, it was the very beginning of the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember which month, but I feel like it was like right away.
Yeah, it was right away.
So incredible. And it felt like such the right medicine for that moment. And it still feels like such the right medicine for this moment. Whew. It's been just such an important part of my own practice over these now, if we started maybe in March of 2020 and now it's 2026, that math always defeats me. It's either 5 or 6 years. We've been doing it for a long time, and it still is just feeling so alive to me. Yes, I'm seeing Sarah. That's when you found him. That's when I found him. So many of us came into that space at that time. Anyway, I was practicing in South Africa, was from November through January. And I've actually been back. I've been back a little bit, but kind of staying in my retreat space. And I only just landed back in Oakland just in the last week. Yeah, so I just felt like it was a good time to share this practice with you, all of you, just from the perspective of being steeped in it myself. And one of the things that was wild that happened when I got there, it's like people come and do self-retreat and people come for retreats, but someone had just been on self-retreat and had just left. So I didn't meet this person, but they left a little pile of books on the table in the dining hall. And one of them was this book, Medicine Buddha Teachings from Kenshin Trunggu Rinpoche. And I was really keeping myself out of any media or anything while I was on my own retreat. But I listened to the recordings of Medicine Buddha every week. That was the one thing that I listened to. And one of the Medicine Buddhas while I was there, Lama Rod, this is the Australian edition, but he held up the US edition of this book. And he's like, well, I think we're going to read this book at some point. And I was like, I'm already reading it. So it's like so amazing. I came there with the intention that I was going to practice Medicine Buddha every day. And right there, like waiting for me was this book that is one of Lama Rod's root teachers teaching on Medicine Buddha. It was just incredible. I felt so supported in my practice. I just felt so supported, by Lama Rod in this community. I felt so supported by the land and the mountain. I felt so supported by receiving the exact book that I needed to read. I read the whole thing at least twice, and some parts of it many more times than that. So I just received so much support. And I was just with you all while I was on my retreat. Sometimes I would do the practice of the week with the recording, sometimes 3 or 4 times before the next recording. If it was sometimes even more than that. There were a few. The one that Lama Rod did for World AIDS Day was incredibly powerful for me there. And I practiced with that recording over and over and over again. So supported the practice that I was in. And I think one of the things that really came through for me in my time with the mountain, okay, I'm gonna hold it up one more time. And I don't know if Karen, if you could put it in the chat. It's called Medicine Buddha Teachings. The author is Kenshin, Khenchen, Trunggu, Thrangu Rinpoche, and he's a teacher in the Kagyu school. He's Lama Rod has mentioned he's a very important teacher for Lama Rod, and the book that you would find here is not the book that you're going to find in the US, because this is from Australia. So, but the exact same title and author you will find here. It's just going to have a different cover. Anyway, such a beautiful book. It is basically like a book that came out of a retreat that he led. And one of the things I got both from the book and from my own practice with the land, one of the things that was, I was in South Africa, November to January, which is summer in South Africa in the Southern Hemisphere. And high up in these mountains, it was just these incredible, it rained almost every day. These big storms would come through. And also there was this mist. Sometimes it would just be mist all day. And there was this incredible just luminescence, this powerful summer African sun meeting this mist that shrouded the mountain. It's like this mountain that I was sitting with was always kind of glamorously wrapping itself in mist and clouds, and then, making a dramatic appearance over and over again every day. And so there's this incredible luminescence. And also I got to watch the mountain just as I would just sit and I would watch the mountain disappear and reappear. And so I was already getting this direct transmission from the mountain of this just dissolving, arising and dissolving, arising and dissolving. It was like the mountain was just was arising and then dissolving back into the mist and the clouds in a very fabulous way. And I was like, oh, this is medicine Buddha right here. Like I'm just witnessing this mountain as the embodiment, as the, you know, medicine Buddha made manifest. Um, and then in the book, it was like, it was the exact same thing being pointed to, that we do this practice of medicine Buddha. Part of what we're practicing is just this arising and dissolution. And that the deity arises, we practice with the deity arising and the deity dissolving over and over and over again. And as Lama Rod often guides us through, we're also practicing with ourselves dissolving. You know, often at the end of the practice, he guides us into just the dissolving of our own bodies and being into the light. And it was like, that was what I was getting to experience very directly through the mountain, showing me that over and over. So I just want to read a little piece from this book. And there's so much that's just like so incredible in this book. So I'm excited for when Lama Rod's going to take us through this. So Drango Rinpoche says, the mind of the deity is the union of awareness and emptiness. The experiences of the five sense consciousnesses and of the mental consciousness give rise to a constantly changing kaleidoscope of thoughts, mental afflictions, and subtle dualistic perceptions, which have the power, in the absence of experiential understanding of their emptiness, to involve us in the most outrageous, outlandish, though sometimes very subtle melodramas of the mind. But when their essential emptiness is recognized and one ceases to welcome and reject, they dissolve or are self-liberated in their own place, the space of empty awareness. All deities share these three aspects of the essential nature, which we also call Mahamudra or Dzogchen, and all practitioners who practice deity meditation with sufficient diligence and perseverance will come to realize this very same nature, the body, speech, and mind of the deity in themselves as they become the deity. So just this pointing here to this, like, you know, that we're practicing to be the deity. We're practicing that we are the deity, not even to become it, just that we are the deity, and that the essential nature of the deity is emptiness. And for me, that emptiness, like I just got this new understanding of the emptiness as this, just this place of luminosity. Like the luminosity itself. I was coming to understand like the emptiness and the luminosity are like very connected. And that in this dissolving, we're just practicing over and over again this very full, very rich, very luminous emptiness that is the deity, that is the mind of the deity that we get to experience. So all of, yeah, I feel hesitant to put my own words, but I just want to share like a little flavor of the transmission that I got in my own retreat with this practice. And then just invite us all into the practice. So yeah, it feels good to get to share with you all on returning to this world, which is, I will just say, it's a lot. It's a lot to return to. So I'm grateful for this practice in this community. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm going to just invite us to shift into practice. Just adjusting my volume a little bit. I'm going to see, is everyone hearing me okay? Great. And as we shift into practice, I just invite you to, you know, do anything that you do to support yourself. So I've got a candle here lit in my space, and if it supports you, I invite you to light a candle or bring in any other objects or offerings that will support you to shift into practice. A little earlier, I was burning a little rosemary that I collected when I was on retreat. And yeah, I've got smoky quartz. Some people may also have their smoky quartz. I can't even remember which of the programs we got that in, but I know that came at some point through Lama Rod. Yeah, so whatever it is that supports you, as well as just making any adjustments in your own space or posture that will, again, support you to move into practice. And also, as we're shifting into practice, I invite bringing in your intention for practice. And I know for myself, I just really feel such a longing right now for all beings to be free. And to be safe and protected. So bringing in my own intention to practice for the liberation of all beings. And as we're again making this shift into practice, just taking some breaths here at the beginning, intentionally, if that supports your practice, just to be aware of the body. You can also just feel the connection between the body and whatever we're resting on. Feel our own weight here in our seat or on however we're resting. Feeling the body supported by the earth. And I invite in any other supports that you work with, have a relationship with. So that might be, as we just touched into, the connection between the body and the earth. It can be one place of just feeling how we're supported by the earth. Feeling that connection. And we may also feel the support of space, maybe as the sky and silence. If you have a practice with the 7 homecomings, just going to invite in the rest of them. If there are any that resonate with you, you may invite them in to support you in this practice. So inviting the Buddha or our own Buddha nature. Inviting in the Dharma or our sources of wisdom. Inviting in or feeling into the Sangha, the community that's right here. Feeling how supportive it is to practice with others. Inviting in any ancestors or lineage holders that are supporting our freedom, supporting our well-being. Inviting only those that are here to support, guide, protect, and be agents for our well-being. And also inviting ourselves as part of this circle of support. That we're both a benefactor to ourselves and also that we are receiving all of this support. That we are putting ourselves in the center of this circle of care and support. To whatever extent it feels available right now, and also planting the seed that we may feel this support in the future. Like, totally normal to not feel it. And part of it can be making that invitation. May I feel this support now and in the future. I'm going to bring in our first mantra, which is the invoking mantra, calling upon Medicine Buddha. We can translate this as, Medicine Buddha, please look upon me, please hear me, please feel me, whatever it may, however that may resonate for you. And so we'll start with an Om, then recite the invoking mantra 3 times. That's Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. Okay, here's where I'm gonna just make sure I'm looking at the right things. Patience. Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. So we'll recite that 3 times and end with a Om. Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. Om Minla Sangye Kino Soha. As we've invited or invoked Medicine Buddha, just feeling the power and the goodness of saying the name of Medicine Buddha, calling on Medicine Buddha, You can just notice how that is, if we feel anything, if we may feel something in the arising or appearance of Medicine Buddha. It could be a thought, a feeling, a sensation, an image, a sound, a tactile feeling, or just a something. Maybe you don't even identify what it is, a something, or a nothing. Just knowing that the absence of feeling is also a kind of sensation or something to notice. So can we just notice what follows this invitation, this invoking, this calling on the Medicine Buddha, including any of the Medicine Buddha's retinue, of other Medicine Buddhas, protectors, guardians, and so on. And then we'll shift into Medicine Buddha mantra, which is Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha, which means like this, I pray for the end of pain and suffering and the root of pain and suffering. And I release the energy of this prayer out to all the worlds so that we may be liberated. So, just moving into the prayer, into our Medicine Buddha prayer or mantra. And there's many ways to participate that include reciting the mantra out loud, humming it, reciting it internally or silently, or just listening, letting it wash over you, noticing how it is. As you listen, all of these are ways, and falling asleep I want to include. These are all ways of doing this prayer, this Medicine Buddha prayer. O Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Teata Om Bekense Bekense Maha Bekense Radzasum Gate Soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soha. Te ata baconze, baconze, maha baconze,
Radzasungate soha. Te atam bekenze, bekenze, mahabekenze. 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 Radzasungate soha. I'm going to bring in our prayer requests now. Just inviting all who have assembled in this space, in our spaces, in our collective space, Medicine Buddha and Medicine Buddha's retinue, our benefactors, our guardians and protectors. We ask that all of these assembled Buddhas and benefactors hear our prayers. Prayers for A, who is recovering from surgery, for S, who is experiencing financial and housing insecurity, for K, who is experiencing chronic illness and disability. Prayers for the people of Palestine, Lebanon, Iran, Sudan, and the Congo, Ukraine, migrants, gender-expansive folks, and anyone experiencing violence and oppression. Prayers for release of tension from my neck and shoulders, and prayers for the healing of all chronic pain. Just gonna... Oh, well, I'm gonna still do the noise cancellation so you all don't hear all of downtown Oakland. Prayers for the courageous, confident, open-heartedness, and generosity. Prayers for inviting the sweet liberations into my experience. Prayers for the healing and protection of families who have been ruptured by state violence. Prayers that all empires fall. Prayers for C to continue to feel support and capacity to move forward. Prayers that I face my fears of economic scarcity in order to overcome them. Prayers for liberation of family entanglements. Prayers for Z to face her fears and commit to addressing what she needs to. Prayers for A to find some relief from his loneliness and sadness. Prayers for J to feel the expansiveness of life and all that it has to offer him. Prayers for M, who is experiencing emotional pain. Prayers for my sustained and empowered autonomy, health and freedom from all harmful interference. Prayers for my continued healing and for everyone in the world suffering. May we take refuge in our hearts and in each other. Prayers for my aching heart to keep opening and connecting to life and other humans, and prayers for A to soothe his aching heart and turn it towards himself. Prayers of gratitude for all the energies and beings who are helping to make this so and who keep me safe and growing every day. Please protect Dahlia and Ocean and keep them healthy and flourishing. Prayers of thanks for my continued abundance with work projects that support me both personally and professionally. Prayers that my upcoming writing period will be successful, enjoyable, and powerful. Prayers for Owl the cat and all of Owl's people. Prayers for all animals. Prayers to accept and receive the power, strength, and beauty that I am meant to embody. May it allow me more of an ability to serve Source and my community in healthy, balanced ways. Prayers for the success of my tattoo business and entering performance and teaching again. Prayers for Addie, Sully, Joy, and Bear. May their love, humor, and abundance infuse me daily. May I remember to be in the moment continually with them while I flow into my being with courage, rest, and delight. Prayers for M and R. May they experience healing and freedom. Prayers for Z and A to experience protection, healing, and freedom. Prayers for S, who is starting chemotherapy. Prayers for Tiff and Dandelion and their disability needs in their grad programs. Prayers that I find work that is both meaningful and spacious so that I can continue my work towards individual and collective liberation. Prayers that I can rest, sleep, and be restored. Prayers for Natasha. Prayers that I am supported while I don't have enough caregiving help. Prayers for my Aunt Joey as she is in the Bardo. Prayers for her children and grandchildren. Prayers that I can feel my flow inside myself and feel the flow between me and all that is around me. Prayers that I am supported in my mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. Prayers for Shannon's grief and her cognitive health. Prayers for Gabe, his family, and the professionals around him, supporting him as an adolescent living with fetal alcoholism. Prayers for all of my family that we achieve complete healing. Prayers that I get a rewarding job that aligns with the Dharma as soon as possible, and may all beings recognize the nature of mind now and attain a liberation as soon as possible. Prayers of courage as I navigate temporary housing for the next month. I know I am already spiritually supported, but I still feel freaked out about the future. Just keeping it real, Ashe. Prayers for my health, which is struggling with chronic degenerative disease. Prayers for B, who is currently in the hospital. Prayers for Jeff Lindenwood in the Bardo. Prayers for Carrie, wherever you are. May you find peace, liberation. And to bringing in all the prayers that have not yet been articulated and have not been said out loud, holding also those silent prayers and those that have not even taken form yet. May our prayers be heard, and may it be so. And holding all of these prayers in our hearts, let's go back into the mantra. And there may be particular prayers or particular people who you are holding in your heart right now. I invite offering the medicine Buddha prayer towards those prayers, those beings, and that always can include ourselves. O te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, radzasum gate soa. Te ataum baconze, baconze, maha baconze, Radzasum gate soha. Te ataum bekenze bekenze maha bekenze Radzasum gate soha. And I will bring in the sound of the bell 3 times. Let's just send our prayers across all the worlds. May they be heard and received across all worlds and dimensions. And just taking a moment to feel whatever is present here. That may include the potency of our prayers and our wishes, the presence of Medicine Buddha, of other Buddhas, deities, benefactors, protectors, guardians, guides. Maybe feeling other elements, refuges of the earth, sky, Buddha, Dharma, the Sangha community, ancestors, lineage holders, silence, ourselves, feeling all that has assembled here in the intention and practice of our prayers. And I invite in or make space for gratitude, allowing any gratitude that is present to grow, to glow, to flow out towards all of these benefactors, Buddhas, deities, protectors, guardians, guides. Offering our gratitude, feeling the flow of our gratitude, our good wishing, our thanks towards all beings, elements, deities, Buddhas, beings that have shown up for us in this practice today. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And feel, if it's available, you may also feel this circle of support, these Buddhas, deities, guardians, protectors, guides, receiving our gratitude. Allowing that flow of giving and receiving to flow in this direction too. And releasing our circle, releasing our benefactors, guides, guardians, protectors, inviting them to return to their own realms and places with our gratitude. And feeling the presence of the Buddhas, Medicine Buddha, other deities,
allowing them to dissolve. However that shows up for you. It could involve them dissolving into light, into luminosity. You may feel or just have the sense or idea that this luminosity is surrounding us, settling on us, seeping into our body. And that our body too is dissolving, not making it dissolve, just allowing a dissolution, of our own body into this luminosity until all that's left is the light, the luminosity. Just rest in silence here. Wherever you are is the exact right place to rest. Just a few moments of silence. And then from this place of rest, allowing an awareness again of this body that's here, feeling into this body, perhaps noticing the weight of the body. We might notice subtle energy or movement within the body, breath, heartbeat. Subtle movement in the stillness. And then inviting in some intentional movement, a very gentle, intentional movement. Maybe it's just a stretch or a sway, or just a shifting. Just coming back into our body, re-arising in this body. Just noticing, how is it right now in this body? And I'm going to invite in next Shantideva's prayer. Invite us to recite it together 3 times. And as always, that can look like also saying it out loud in your own space, saying it internally, or just listening and letting it land in your own awareness. May I be a protector for those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for all those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain,
May I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for all those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. Thank you all so much for your practice today. And I want to say also thank you for all the ways that you all support Lama Rod to provide this incredible, incredible space for us. And if you have the capacity to also support Lama Rod with donations of your time or financial resources or other ways, I just know that that's so appreciated and allows us to have Lama Rod continue to show up in this space for us, which is kind of like a fucking miracle in this moment. Yeah, just so much gratitude to the Sangha, so much love to you all. Karen, what else here at the end?